So, in what I can call a fairly bizarre thing that happened in my game, is I have, for whatever reason, three different things doing ingots. Now, what am I doing with these three different, roughly max stack ingots? Well, I will show you. This is a coin creator, a workbench that makes coins. The gold coin assembly line. It takes your regular ingots and turns them into gold coins. Good way to actually get rid of ingots that you don't use, by the way. Because once you turn these into ingots, and before you ask as to why I'm doing this, I have like another 7 stacks of these things. And more on its way. I am not worried about, the ore to make these. I have plenty. Kind of like the rock situation, right? All it takes is a dig toys. Actually, it takes about 2 of them per mining area, except for the sulfur and the higher level ones. That takes 3. Now, gold coins, they're good for a couple things I can think of, but they're not great. You're not supposed to be sleeping there. I wish you could assign specific pals to specific beds. That would be a big help. But just to kind of prove the point, there's another almost full stack. I've got 2 in, 3 in, and 1 more on its way. And that's all I have to do for getting more ore. I mean, it doesn't... The only way that could get even more simple is if the pals would move it for me, which I'm sure they would if it was positioned properly, and I might look into that. But for right now, that's really not that big of a deal. It's literally the only thing I personally need to do. From there, I don't even have to craft medication. I can go over to my merchant that I have in my base and just buy it. Like a whole truckload of it. And just drop it in the... Oh, look, eggies. I should really put these in the box. Actually, I think... Yeah, we'll put them in the box, alright. And then we're going to turn around and really bolster those experience gains. Well, let's say that's not experience fast enough, right? Okay. Well, I'll have to wait till daytime, which isn't that far away, but 800,000 or 82,000 coins should be about enough, right? I mean, it's really never enough, but... Hands free. Just not even doing nothing. Don't need to do anything. And all my pals are waking up, and there goes Anubis, right for the guts of the situation. So what do you do when you don't have access to the coin farm, right? Well, there's really only one thing you really can do. And that is, effectively, you need a Mao farm, right? It's a ranch with 4 Maos, preferably with something to increase their work speed, and a transport pal, and you need a second farm for feeding them, right? Generally speaking, a nocturnal chickpea is a good thing to have, 2 or 3 of them, and a condenser is nice. But if you don't, 4 chickpeas in one ranch, 4 Maos in a second ranch is a good starting point. It gives you basically limitless money that you would want first thing in the game. It's a little slow rolling, but it's not. You're just starting out. You're not really going to get what you think you're going to get, right? Okay. Let those guys do what they want with the berries because it doesn't matter. Make him go do that. Move these over here. Just kind of grab and drop all these awesome metal ingots. And I know that when I leave, one of these Phalaris is going with me. I do kind of wish that while you're in base, you out of your party, I kind of wish you could deploy more pals than, you know. So, that's another production item that started. Let's go to the area that I really wanted to show. Because now we have, 26k experience in the 6 minutes. Roughly 26k. Probably about maybe half, right? But that's not really where it ends, is it? Okay. Just to show you the experience gains. That's just off of those 2 operations. Imagine if I had 3 bases set up that way, 4 bases set up that way. Or in the case of me where I've altered the world settings to where I can have a maximum of 5 bases. So, and oh, by the way, me coming over here to do this only benefits this base because, like, by frying these eggs, the benefit I get from it is experience, but it increases the sanity value of the eggs and the nutrition of the eggs for some reason, making it so these guys can just sit here and munch on eggs. I mean, I could actually remove... I could afford at this point to remove 1 or 2 of the mouse, drop another chickpea in here, and just assign something to fry eggs indefinitely. I'd have to come back here and make sure that it's frying the eggs, not done... Because I'd have to have max stacks of eggs, right? But... And I don't have to worry about stuff like having enough eggs to make cakes. Worst case scenario, I'll just go out and pick them out of this basket. Because I will show you why. As soon as we're done making these eggs, which got me another, 40,000 experience. And yes, Dig Toys does take a lot of my fried egg stock. But not as much as he could. Which, the reason for the Dig Toys is because I have 3 of them on a sulfur farm. Literally, this base is just eggs, coins, and sulfur. That is 100% all this base is. We're just waiting for these fried eggs to finish up. We're down into the lower double digits now. And done. 50,000 experience. So, I mean, between my Mal farm here, the gold coin constructor at the main base. Yeah, I know I'm carrying a frying pan. Kind of funny, isn't it? Like, my character really wants for nothing, and neither does my fiance's or my daughter's, which, by the way, we're coming out with another video here soon. My daughter is not. There's no recordings, like, there's no person in the thing. Her voice isn't heard or seen or anything like that as far as I'm aware. I need to double check it, because my daughter is a minor. I need to make sure that she's not, incorporated into the video in any way, shape, or form because of, policy. As far as I'm aware, that's the policy. um, just making money. Making a lot of money. Like, as a character, my character literally does not need anything. What's that? He's hungry? I'll just go buy some food. What's that? My pals in my base are sick? I'll go drop a medicine cabinet and max stack the friggin' medicines. Big deal. I'll come back here and make a couple more, 100,000 or 200,000 gold coins on a whim. you know? Or in this case, actually, what's going to end up happening is I'm going to drop half of my coins so my fiance can have some money to go buy ammo and stuff. Maybe she wants to have some nice things too. Which reminds me, Pocket Pair, if you ever happen to see this in the American regions, can we make some of the armor so we can wear them as cosmetics? Like the schematics and stuff for the bunny ears and whatnot. That'd be fun. Make it so you have to craft cosmetics and make your character look how you want. What's wrong with that? Maybe throw a couple into some of the vendors. Make it more random. Gonna get a little difficult on me, huh? I don't like that. So, yeah, 215,000 coins. Jeez, I wish I had that kind of money in real life, right? I think if everyone had 557,000 gold coins to their name, pretty sure it would destroy every economy on the planet, but hey, you can wish for a thing, and then you can get a thing. Wishing for it means you want it. Getting it, totally different ballgame, right? I mean, there again, if I wanted to remove some of the other elements of my base, like some of the gardening stuff and whatnot, like cakes are used for breeding, eggs are used for frying to keep the pals happy. Outside of everything out of that is pretty much just superfluous and extra. I could actually probably double the gold coin output. if I really wanted to do that, I probably could. No, I'm gonna take all the gold coins and lump them together in the guild chest and take half, and just leave the other half where it is. Nope, that is the take one modifier. That is the half. There. There you go. Now when my fiance gets back at 3 o'clock, she'll have just as much. I'm just doing this to prove a point. I can buy each and every one of these to max stats. It'd take longer, but even the mind control meds are within, are within reach. Ammunition. I could buy a max stack of assault rifle ammo if I wanted to. Probably buy a couple of them. Rifle ammo, shotgun shells, There is really nothing I can't do if I don't want to. But let's say I don't want to buy max stats. Let's say I only need, we'll say 101. If you don't butterfinger it. Okay. Now, just make sure that I have all the right stuff in the guild chest. I think I need a refined metal ingots and more high quality cloth. Not a problem. I'm going to reorient those furnaces too, just as a heads up. Just refilling the tank. I think that'll be enough for what I'm doing right now, but you guys can keep working. Well, yeah, that should do just fine. Run it back here. Actually, yeah, it doesn't matter. What I need to do is go into the storage, I believe is where it is. No. PAL. No. Infrastructure? Yeah. Okay. Ingots. Ingots and cloth. Ingots and cloth. Now, ingots aren't a problem. Cloth is not a problem. 100 ingots. Production assembly line. Make 70 of them. Shut that off. Bam. Okay. Now I have a base that's been a problem. And I think I actually did drop... I think I already have a box here, but... You want to see a bunch of medical conditions disappear? in like seconds. Watch this. Ta-da! All they gotta do is just huddle around the thing and cure their ills. While I'm here, though, I'm gonna check on their food resources. Plenty. Plenty of food. Just here for snagging the experience. That's about all I'm doing. Yep. I'm gonna leave. Actually, I'll let her harvest that wood. It's not causing any issues. There's no point in really fighting with it if it's not causing an issue. We'll go back to this base, make sure everyone's okay here. I think I just heard the noise for something. We'll see. Everyone's in good condition. Just make sure that stays that way. There you go. Now, let's go see what dropped over here. Base maintenance. 2 minutes. Well, outside of loading times, anyway. All you guys are just kind of annoying at this point. I don't even usually bother trying to catch Xenovator anymore. There's just no point. Yeah, no, all my bases pretty much take care of themselves. The only thing I'm doing right now is more or less just more progression stuff. To kind of prove that point, we had a video that me and Vermeil did, or me and V did the other day, where we went through and did all the 4 tower bosses that I have currently the capability of fighting. I haven't quite tagged him yet. He's next on the list. And then we got the other 2 that are a part of the new maps, which these are all endgame as far as I'm concerned. So, but they will still be a part of the series. At which point, by the way, once I hit level 60 with this character and have beaten all the bosses, until they come out with new content, that is effectively the end of the series until we get new content. This has just been me playing catch-up because I've been busy with real life. I was actually meaning to post these videos and get them all set up and recorded and stuff on a completely different character at a completely different time, but life kind of got in the way. Which I know You know, the audience really doesn't care about that. That's fine. I don't expect you to. I'm just telling you that sometimes life does get in the way, and, you know, it happens. It just means that I get to play, get to play the catch up game for the next couple of months and get all my content loaded up. It also means that I need to focus more on getting back in shape because the reality is that I'm going to be spending a lot of time in this chair getting a lot of content and Let's Plays cranked out on top of everything else I intend to do. So, that's the plan for the channel. If you like the content, hopefully you like the ideas that I have posted so far on here. If you like the content, hit the like and subscribe button. I'm going to whiz right back to the base. And I will see you in the next one. Oh, don't be afraid to comment. We're getting up to the dead end on this game as far as like current content goes. So, maybe a different game suggestion. I don't usually do multiplayer games that much, but if you suggest it, I will at least consider it and talk it over with the co-host, aka my fiance. In the meantime, peace.